Hi, and welcome to the Temple of Kriya Yoga Noon Meditation. I'm Sharon Stephenson, also known as Swami Tapasananda. And we'll begin as usual with the prayer that we always start our noon meditations with. May the infinite Lord of life, of love, and of laughter bless you at this moment. May each cell of your being and each petal of your mind be touched, be healed, be harmonized. May vim and vigor and vitality be yours. May love and laughter be yours. May you truly find that which you seek, and may you find that which you seek surely, swiftly, and most harmoniously. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So recently I read a New Year's resolution was suggested in the New York Times that somebody had sent in, and it was to start your day with, you wake up in the morning and you say, "It's showtime!" You wiggle your fingers and you begin your day, which I thought was quite a fun way to start a day, because every day is a new show. And it reminded me of an earlier suggestion I had read a couple years ago that was said by the Sadhguru, who's the founder of the Isha Foundation. They have a center in Tennessee, and I'm sure many other places. But he said, when you wake up in the morning, you should say, "I'm still alive." Because one day you will not wake up and get to say, "I'm still alive." So he had 5 suggestions for New Year's resolutions. He said, keep accounts of your joyfulness. Write down daily incidents of joy, small or large. Eat with gratitude. And don't worry about how much or when or what. Just eat with gratitude. And I would say mindfulness. Be mindful of what you eat and be grateful for that you do have food. Connect with the earth. You know, when you're walking, your feet are on the ground, you're on the planet, this planet we're on, that tiny blue dot, as they say, in the context of the whole universes. Be grateful, notice the trees, hug a tree. So yeah, connect with the earth in some way. Wake up with a smile, he says, and every time you look at a clock, say, "I'm still alive." I'm still here. And the last one was to meditate every day. And he explained that was the best New Year's resolution that you could make. And I agree with him and with the other ones too. So the theme today was to make 2023 even better than 2022. The Buddhists, in Buddhism, there's these 4 noble truths. And the first one is recognizing that all life is suffering. Everybody suffers. It's a term called dukkha, also translated as unsatisfactoriness. So there's, nothing, things don't go the way we want. We become ill, we get old, we die, we lose friends. There's many ways of, and there are many causes of suffering. And so everybody is going through something. So we recognize that, and that makes us even more yearning to help where we can, be compassionate, try to be kind, try to relieve some of the suffering through, kindness and compassion and generosity and just whatever is needed. So meditation is a way to help us be mindful throughout our day, not just during our meditation session, but just to notice, to be there, to be aware, be here, be now, and notice opportunities. So last week, I hope you were able to listen to John Jones, Swami Abhinanda's lecture, Noon Meditation, where he talked about compassion. And there's a book that he mentioned called The Wonder Drug. Well, the wonder drug is not something pharmaceutical. It's compassion. So it was defined as empathy in action, or unselfish service, or, as I like to think, acts of kindness. And the researchers said that it was the best medicine for yourself, and that 40 seconds of compassion make a significant difference in the person who's feeling the compassion. And they also mentioned that we have 9 opportunities every day to be kind, to show compassion. And of course, the byproduct of compassion is joy. So we want more joy in our lives, as well as, we just want more joy and happiness. I mean, that's what it's about. Kriya used to say, the purpose of life is to be happy. And it's true, and it's still true. So in the US, we see a kind of a rise in self-centeredness. But if we just spend a short time nurturing another person, it raises our level of happiness. It raises the level of our happiness because we feel good about helping somebody. It definitely increases their level of happiness, that to be cared for and to be nurtured and shown an act of kindness. And if anybody else happens to be aware of it, they feel uplifted too. Like, oh, there's kind people in the world. So it just expands into the greater world. So kindness and happiness are interwoven. Everybody wants to be happy. There's not one person who doesn't want to be happy. The Buddhist term metta means loving kindness. And it's a choice to respond to situations and circumstances with kindness rather than fear or anger or some other negative emotion. But metta also refers to self-compassion, being kind and accepting of our own selves. We can say, oh, I could have done more, or oh, that was lousy. I should have done this. I could have done that. I heard a lecture recently, and I told the woman that it was really good. She goes, no, it wasn't. It was terrible. I said, just stop. It was good. Know that it was good. Just know it and let it go. She probably forgot to say something that she thought was important, and she was down on herself. But, what meditation teaches us is that we're all human. We have negative thoughts. We're trying to meditate. All these thoughts are coming in, and we can get down on ourselves for that. But another way is just say, Thich Nhat Hanh, he's got a way of saying, he says, when you have difficult thoughts or feelings, just say, hello, old friend. I know you. Let's just sit over there for now. He doesn't say that. But so when we have negative thoughts, we notice them and we let them go. So meditation teaches us to do that, to let go of judgments. I mean, I used to say to my thoughts, shut up. Actually, it kind of worked, but I didn't say it in a mean way. Now I say, netty, 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 I'm not this thought, I'm not that thought, I'm not this thought thinking, I'm not that. But I say it with kindness. Say, netty, netty, netty. Shh. Thank you. I'll see you later. I'll pick you up later. So we try to be kind to ourselves. And when we have self-compassion, it's easier to be compassionate to other people because we recognize that we're all in the same boat. Yeah, and after you do your meditation, then you bring up a feeling of gratitude that for something or somebody, or gratitude for yourself that you meditated, did it. The Dalai Lama says that compassion brings peace of mind, helps us to have a healthy body and a nice smile. Warm-heartedness, he says, is the key to happiness. It's part of our nature to be kind. So there's many ways of being kind. We thrive on kindness. The people who help us, give us directions, let us merge into traffic. That's an act of kindness. You could just speed right up there and not let anybody in. That's not kindness. So, but when somebody does, you're so happy. You flash your lights, or you, wave, or thumbs up, So, it goes both ways. So just countless, there's so many countless selfless acts that we can do, sensing when somebody, a coworker, is feeling a little down. You can make sure they're okay, ask them if they're okay, not being intrusive, but just, showing that you care about people is a good thing to do. Um, Kindness is what Buddhism calls our shared humanity. So, my sister told me a little story. This is an example of extreme kindness. So, she lives near an Aldi's store and she shops there, and she had bought this bottle of syrup that she wanted to return. She likes pancakes and had eaten pancakes, made pancakes and enjoyed them. But now, I guess the new year or something, she decided she wasn't going to eat pancakes anymore. So she wanted to return this bottle of maple syrup to Aldi's. And the clerk said, "Oh, yeah, sure. Just grab a gift card. We'll put it on the gift card and we'll just subtract it from after you're done shopping." So my sister goes through the store and she bought, like she said, about $68 worth of shopping of groceries. And so then she goes to, check out and gives them the gift card. And the clerk says, "Oh, let's see, your total is $10." And my sister says, "Wait, $10? I just bought $68 worth of groceries. And there's this $8 credit that you put on the card." The clerk says, "This shows that you owe $10 and something." What had happened apparently was somebody else had bought that gift card, put $50 on it, and then hung it back up for the next person. That would be what I call an extreme act of kindness. Putting a $50 on a gift card for a total stranger that you don't know, will never see, and never know who got it, but somebody got it. So that was an extreme act of kindness, in my opinion. So, in Buddhism, it's a term called the Brahma Viranas. And these are 4 heart practices. First one is non-judgmental, loving kindness, compassion, genuine happiness and joy, and the wisdom and balance that comes from equanimity. So the Dalai Lama says our greatest source of happiness is other people. And research shows that social connection is very important to our happiness. On the other hand, loneliness is more harmful than obesity. And in Japan, they say loneliness is bad for you as smoking. So we want to eliminate loneliness. We want to cultivate friendliness, social connection for our greatest health and happiness. Social connection. So in 1938, researchers at Harvard set out to learn what makes a person thrive. And they recruited 724 participants. These were young people, Harvard students, as well as low-income teenage boys. And they followed them throughout their lives. Every couple years, they check on them. What are you doing? How's your life going? How you feel, your health, all this kind of stuff. And they would track them every couple of years. They would contact them. And later on, they took DNA samples and performed brain scans. And some of the participants even donated their brains to the study after their deaths. But anyway, it was called the Harvard Study of Adult Development. Now it's 85 years later. They expanded to 3 generations and 1,300 descendants of the original subjects. The longest study of human happiness in the world. But anyway, from all the data that they got, the one very clear finding emerged, and that was that strong relationships are what make for a happy life. more than wealth, IQ, career, social class. It was human relationships. So, and they found that loneliness damaged people's physical health. So, while the pandemic kind of exacerbated loneliness, it gave people time to take stock of relationships and the important ones, and how they can maybe rekindle relationships. But anyway, the New York Times had a happiness challenge recently. And every day you were to do a certain thing. So day one was to take stock of your relationships and try to find out which ones you want to reinvigorate and strengthen. And they said that there were suggestions that the ways for more happiness was to show acts of kindness. And so day two was to initiate an 8-minute 8-minute phone calls. Like, say there's somebody you haven't been in touch with for a while, send them a quick text and suggest, hey, let's talk next Thursday. What's a good time for you? Or maybe what set up an appointment, and we're going to talk for 8 minutes. So everybody, people have 8 minutes. So they did that. People did that. They and so you talk for your 8 minutes, and you respect the time limit. And possibly you set up another appointment for the following week to continue. So just doing little things like, a phone call to somebody that you like and who you want to continue your relationship can just make you feel happy. Who doesn't feel happy talking with an old friend? That's another way of bringing out kindness. So the 8-minute phone call. Another one is small talk with people that you're not real close to, but maybe like, say, the grocery clerk or the mail carrier, or even just complete strangers. You're walking down the street, you acknowledge somebody, you see them. They're another Atman. You're the Atman. You've got the spirit within you. So do they. There's this kindredness just from the fact of being human. So, a couple weeks ago, I was walking down the street. Usually I have an errand like the bank or the post office or the grocery store, something like that. I walk there and then I walk home. But this particular day, it was a Sunday, I think, and there was nothing to do, I didn't have anywhere to go, but I just wanted to get out of the house and get some air. So I'm walking down the street, and this woman walking towards me, and she goes, "Happy New Year." I thought, oh yeah, you too, thank you. And, you see people walking their dogs, and, you just try to just acknowledge, look at them, give a little nod, maybe say hi, whatever. And so then I kind of walked up like 6 blocks and around back on another street, going nowhere, And so then I see the same Happy New Year woman who said Happy New Year, and she goes, so like, yeah, here we are again. And then I see one of the dog walkers, a woman with a dog, see her again. And I said, well, at least you've got a purpose. I'm looking at the dog. And I says, I'm kind of walking to nowhere. She goes, no, you have a purpose too. And I said, I do? What is it? She goes, your heart. It's healthy for your heart to walk. I thought, you're right. Thank you. Happy New Year. Anyway, it was just a little exchange. No big deal. But I felt lifted. She saw me. I saw her. I thanked her. She thanked, small, but lots of little things like that really increase our happiness level. And they're acts of kindness. We need more kindness. So, another thing is to thank somebody. Thank someone who you appreciate. Maybe they've done something for you. Maybe you're just thankful for them being themselves. That goes a long way. Maybe write a little note. I've received notes like that, and I've saved them, and I read them again later. I have, years worth of kind notes. It makes a big difference to just small act of kindnesses, like a note to just say thank you, or I appreciate this or that, or for being you. You think, really? No. Yeah. So that's and you may think like you want to write somebody a note, and they think, oh, they're gonna think I'm weird. After all this time, I'm writing them a note. It's like, no, they realize that you thought about them, and they're very complimented, and they feel good. So that you've taken time out to reach out to them, and that you thought about them. Another one was the importance of work friends, and cultivate work friendships if you go to work somewhere, because you spend the day, it could be more fun. And you want it to be fun. You want your days to be filled with joy and happiness and fun and productivity, of course. But it's been shown that people who have work friends are more productive, and they get stuff done, and it's just good for everybody. And like if you're in a meeting, it's suggested that pay attention to what people are saying, even things that aren't related to the meeting. Like somebody might casually mention they're going on a 5K run, or they joined a yoga class, or maybe their child was sick. And maybe make a mental note of that, and maybe a week later ask them, "Oh, how did you like that yoga class?" Or how did that run turn out? Or how's your child feeling now? The people appreciate that you listen, that you notice, that you care. So that's another way that you can increase your happiness level. The day 6 is about social plans. Now, it's so easy to just say, oh, I'm just going to stay home. I'm going to watch TV. It's cold out. I'm just going to relax, when you've been invited to something. Well, it was suggested that you go. Just go. You're usually probably going to be glad that you went. We're more often sorry for things we didn't do than things we did do. So, and it's not like you got to stay for 3 hours, stay for 45 minutes, talk to 3 people, make a commitment. Okay, I'm going to go, I'm going to talk to 3 people, and then I'm going to go home. But most of the time, we're glad we did. We're more glad we did than if we didn't do something social. And make plans with somebody. Say, hey, let's get together for coffee next week. Like, how's Thursday? Make a definite plan. Don't just say, oh, let's get together sometime, and just leave it at that. No, make a plan. My sister-in-law emailed me the other day just to say Happy New Year or something, and she lives in Kenosha, and I texted her back, and I said, oh yeah, Happy New Year. If you ever come to Chicago, give me a call and we'll get together. And I sent the text, and I thought, wait a minute, no, I got to be more specific. I can't tell her to come, make an appointment now. She's in Wisconsin. But I said, when you come, call me, and we'll make a plan. We'll go out for lunch, or we'll invite my sister, like something very specific. So I felt like I wasn't just blowing her off, and I didn't want to blow her off, but I'm thinking there's more likely a chance that we'll get together if I, and I do want to get together. So set small goals, and it's another good way to have the social connection, which is our key to happiness and well-being and health, is to join a group, like a church, or a book club, or say a walking group, or some kind of a joint hobby, like maybe a community garden, community, and local. And by doing this, the more the better. The more social connections you have, the happier your life is. I mean, you exchange information, and you have fun, and you feel you're just uplifted. And some people say, well, I'm an introvert. Well, the answer to that is introverts are not antisocial. They're just more selectively social. So that's where, joining a group of people with like-minded interests, like bird watching or walking, just walking groups. They're all over the place, apparently. So just to review, take stock of your relationships, make 8-minute plans for phone calls, make small talk with just anybody, anywhere. Thank somebody special, and cultivate work friends, and make plans. And the final one was lessons to keep happiness going all year long. You improve your social fitness, and then you have to sustain it. Like not just in January, but set goals for the year of relationships you want to maintain and cultivate. Commit to consistency. Maybe have a monthly game night with your family or friends. And just be consistent in your goal to maintain social connection, because that's really the key. So I thought we would do a short meditation practice. It's called the metta meditation, because meditation also increases our happiness, lowers depression and anxiety. They say 47% of the time our minds are not focused, but when they are focused, it decreases our negative thoughts, and we're happier, and when our mind is focused. So let's focus now on this meditation. The meditation goes like this. It's a 4-line prayer. In other words, it says, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I live with ease, and may my life be filled with joy. And there's variations on it. Some say instead of may I live with ease, they might say may I be free from suffering, because remember, all life is suffering. So but you can substitute that with may I live with ease. And we'll say it to ourselves to start with, and then we'll send it out to others. We'll maybe do 5 or 6 different variations on who to send it to. And so let's start with ourselves, and you can just repeat after me. And of course, the Kriya technique is always to turn our head to the left and exhale twice through the open mouth, the resurrection breath. So let's inhale. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May my life be filled with joy. And now think of someone who's close to you, whom you love, that you care about. And then we'll direct it to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. May your life be filled with joy. And now we'll send it to somebody who we don't know well, like the mail carrier, groceries clerk. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. May your life be filled with joy. And now we're going to think of somebody who maybe you're not close to at all, or maybe you even have some kind of difficult relationship. And it's important to do this. I mean, you don't even have to believe it. You just say it and just put it out there. You don't have to feel like you're lying or anything. Just put it out there. It's good for them, good for you, maybe good for your relationship. So think of somebody who maybe you have a less than robust relationship or happy relationship, and just picture them and say, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May your life be filled with ease. May your life be filled with joy. And now we're going to send it out to the world. all around the planet, all beings everywhere, billions of people everywhere. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you live with ease. May your life be filled with joy. And finally, let's send it out to all the animals and all the plants and all living creatures everywhere. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. May your life be filled with joy. So just to kind of review briefly, people suffer, life is suffering, is what the Buddha said. We want to do what we can to make life easier for others and for ourselves. And a big part of that is just being kind. Be kind. We have a problem. Lack of kindness, selfishness, greed, anger in the world, war, many problems. What we can do ourselves is to be self-compassionate to ourselves, compassionate to others, do small acts of kindness, let people know you appreciate them, just wherever the opportunity arises, opening a door for somebody, holding the elevator, somebody drops something, you go pick it up for them. If you're right there. So many ways of being kind. And so that's what we want to do. That's my goal for the new year is to be a little more kinder. And so I want to end with a couple more resolutions from the New York Times that I thought were meaningful. One was, these were writers wrote them in, is to literally stop in your day, recognize happy moments and literally stop and say out loud, this is a happy time. They say it's a way to ground yourself in the joyful parts of your life. Another one is to recognize that everybody is going through something. The next one is to dance often and host parties. And the best way to make a decision is, does it light me up? And that reminds me of something Kriya used to say. He'd say, if you have to make a decision, ask yourself, does that make me feel expanded or do I feel closed down? So you want to make decisions that make you feel expanded. If you don't feel expanded, it's not the right thing. Just wait. A better option will come up. So may your life be filled with joy. May your life be filled with kindness. And have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us. And namaste. Shanti.